Hello, making a spring video with a spring flower. I don't know how they're called, but they smell good. They smell a little bit like, I think they're called clover. I don't know, clove or clover. It's very nice, but very, very, very mildly scented. Very nice. It's not clover, I don't think it, because it's a shrub with very, very thick leathery leaves on it, as you can see. So if you know something about plants, you could probably tell me what plant that is. It is a nice flower. They come out in early spring, you know. They come out in February, usually. Those are the first flowers to come out. I love it. Nice and hippie-ish. And I painted on my t-shirt the blue god in dog form. It's very nice. I love the way that looks. So I love colors, I love shapes. I just like to celebrate shapes and colors, and this is very, very nice. Very, very much enjoy this. And it feels good to have natural flowers on my head. It feels so good. It's such a good energy. So anyway, I wanted to talk about a little bit about how people live their lives boxed up in certain beliefs and certain adhering to a group, certain boxed up, unfree idea that they have about themselves, that they have about existence, that they have about having to conform this way or that way. Either it's, and it with humans, it's always either completely right wing or completely left wing. I don't see very many people in between or beyond, as I am far, far, far beyond. With some things I'm in the middle, with some things here, with some things there, but in general, far, 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 far beyond. And you cannot put me into a category, no matter how hard you tried. You cannot put me into the meat-eating barbecuers. You can't put me into a church. You can't put me into a mosque. You can't put me into a temple either. A temple is probably the most friendly place of all these religious places. But you know, there are probably some temples that are not so nice. But in general, you cannot put me here or there, or Buddhist or Muslim or Christian or hippie or right wing or left wing or liberal or conservative or whatever people, or a soccer game party or a green party, or because the green parties are not green. If the green parties were at least green, then I would see the point in helping out here or there with them. But I'm not gonna be going there like I'm some kind of follower and some kind of Kitty. I think Kitty is in heat now. The kitty is in heat. Outside your window. Yeah, she's in heat. The kitty is in heat, and it is a problem. And I don't know what to do, and I have no idea how to bag the kitty and put her under the most necessary operation procedure there is for basically all mammals. Yeah. Yeah, but she's in heat. She is in heat. That's what the problem is. She is in heat, and what's very interesting is that at the other house, a cat is in heat too, and it is very, very tragic because my dog, yes, Papa Dog, the kitty is there. I know, I know, I know, I know. Yes, Papa Dog, you can hear the kitty out. Kitty, kitty. Yes. Hi, kitty, kitty. Hi, kitty. Yes, Papa Dog, the kitty is there. Yes, 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 yes. The kitty is in heat, and that is not good. We need to spay and neuter all of our Republicans and Democrats, liberals, conservatives, Green Party people, and pets and wild animals and stray kitties and so on. Very important. Okay. You need to get neutered. Sorry. The most meat eating barbecue man need to get neutered too. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, and the ones who think to have their entire self-image on this male pride type thing, yeah, they need to get neutered. Sorry about this. This is just a fact of life. So anyway, it is very important not to group yourself into a group, into some kind of conglomeration that has formed, or some kind of fad, or some kind of, I need to put this thing on here, on something so it doesn't wobble around. Some kind of fad type of thing, some kind of fad society, some kind of, now I have to be functioning exactly like this group does. Sometimes there are rules in those groups that are sort of not really spoken type of rules, but unspoken rules. Those are even more persistent. The unspoken rules, all of this, and it's all about idea. It's not even about a guild or a collective guild so much. I studied this very carefully. I know what's going on. There's some guild that originally happened, and some people, they feel ashamed of what their ancestors have done, and they have exploited people, and no one talks about the exploitation of animals. I don't hear most liberals talk about the exploitation of animals. That's really something to really feel bad about. But most people, they talk about the people, the children. It's always people for humans. Very human-centric is that. I don't like that at all. And so many people that look away, it feels uncomfortable, so they just look away. So they just don't look at it anymore. I know it's hard. It's hard on me too. I have nervous breakdowns. But we have to face what's going on. We have to look at it, what's happening. We have to look at the exploitation that's happening in order to figure out how we can fix this, in order to know, hey, this is a petition I need to sign, and there are some more petitions I need to sign. I sign like 30 to 40 petitions every day. I'm pleading with the public to do the same, sign these petitions. It's very important. They work. And don't put yourself into a group. You are you. You're not a group. You're not, you are you. You are you, whatever your name is. You are you. You're even nameless. You are you. You're not even your name. You are you, an animal. You are not your skin is not a Muslim. Your skin is not a Christian. Your skin is not a liberal. Your skin is not a conservative. Okay? You are you. A divine, amazing flesh organism. That is an amazing thing. You should love yourself, not belong to a group. Your identity is not dependent on this label, liberal. Now I'm someone, now you can call yourself a liberal. Now you suddenly feel like you have a value, or is that what makes you suddenly an intellectual, or even that is a label? Or now you have some kind of, now you can have this sense of self-worth just because now you belong to the liberals or whatever, to someone who is, it's just an idea, for someone to say, oh, I'm so charitable. That's an idea again. That's just another, and so many corporations, so many organizations. I said Freudian slip, corporations, because there's so many there's so many I said it again, so many organizations that are really like corporations, that are thinking the same way, thinking in terms of profit maximization again. And these people, I've seen them from the inside out. These people do exactly that. They have an image about themselves. I am so charitable. I am this amazing, noble intellectual. We are so above everyone. And this whole thing has nothing to do anymore with actual giving, altruism, and kindness, which they have hijacked to pride themselves with. The moment you have a pride or a self-image or some sort of, I adhere to this group, now I have a self-worth. When that is going on, then you have bypassed true action, true activism, true altruism, and true caring. Because all of these things, true altruism, true caring, true love, true action, has nothing to do with a self-image at all. Nothing to do with it. Sorry about the laundry. We always dry our laundry on the air, because we walk our talk. That's again this thing, it's like, why do I even say sorry? Just so that you like me more, I guess. So, but see, I do it too, but I'm becoming painfully aware about it. I become painfully aware as I live my life, as I walk forward. I'm becoming very aware of my own pitfalls into that very type of draw that comes from society, these kind of things, like all these acceptance type of things, these unspoken rules, social rules that are very finely woven into our brains, and we have to adhere to it. Our egos they are tippy-toeing themselves forward, making sure that we don't edge on, we don't fall out of this, we don't say anything politically incorrect, and so on. And the moment I see this, my stubbornness goes the other direction, of course. Then I go the other direction. I go overboard in the other direction often, because I want to show the mirror. I want to show, hey, this is wrong. So the rebel inside of me starts to flex the muscles and says, no, I'm not on board with any of these things. So I see a lot of people, particularly younger people, that are very, very, very careful and very dependent on this, on adhering to their society that they have decided they are siding with. And when that happens, then you cannot see the things anymore clearly for what they really are. Then you will put the image very easily before the actual activism, the actual caring, the actual loving, the seeing of the other being. As Jiddu Krishnamurti said, when you really hear and listen, the real listening, when you really listen, you really see. You really, really, really perceive the other living being. And when you do this, you don't have time for adhering to a group or for ego, for paying attention to being politically correct, or for, to adhering to the social norm rules, and to be pretty or whatever, acceptable, pretty in a socially acceptable way. And it has to be all by the book, That's what most people do. And I have a real problem with this, because I see the problematic situation coming out of this. I see what's happening when people are adhering to any given society that they adhere to. They're so busy, they become so busy with this. Am I doing everything right? 10 hours in front of the mirror. Am I politically correct now? My face. Yeah. My face, certainly not. But that's what people ask themselves when they're in front of the mirror. They don't directly, if they would directly ask that question, maybe then a lamp would come on and they would go, okay, I get it. But they don't. This is all unconscious. This unconscious, the more unconscious these mechanisms are, the more they take over you, over your life. And you become a slave to whatever society you have decided you are belonging to. And then you can't see the things for what they are. When someone says, take your burqa off, when someone says that to someone, then your society rules come on, the alarm lamps. Alarm, alarm, alarm. She's doing an Adolf Hitler. Oh my gosh, that is taboo. You're not allowed to do this. Ta 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 ta. You need to belong. You need to adhere to the liberals. Did I ever say I am a liberal? Or did you just give me this image of being a liberal? Maybe you gave me that image. Maybe you gave me the image hippie, liberal, intellectual, right? Because yes, I do use my brain. That doesn't mean I am automatically signed up for your society, for your liberal, intellectual, because all of this is just an idea. It becomes an idea. It is not actual loving, caring action, alertness. It's the opposite of alertness. That's what I'm trying to bring across in my videos. It seems very difficult for people to actually hear me. When I write blogs and I point these very things out, then someone will write under the blog. I have the feeling people don't even read things fully. They don't take the time to read something, to read 2 pages of written text. They browse through more like this, and their eye catches on some insinuative words, and some inflammatory type of thing, which is an idea again, getting caught on ideas over and over and over again. And then I will say, for example, just an example, I will say, let me find a simplified example for this. I will say I wore a PETA t-shirt in a store and they didn't like me because of this. And then someone will comment underneath, I have this psychic instinct that maybe, but in a serious way, that maybe they didn't like you because you wore a PETA t-shirt. I don't know if this makes this clear, no. But this is how people actually comment under my blogs or my videos. They don't even hear what I'm saying. Yes, I said it already. I wore a PETA t-shirt. And I talked about it in depth, that people they link up something negative with it. And I explained why that is. Okay. And yes, that is why they don't like me or why they bully me. And many other things. But I explained the reasoning behind it, because there is a conspiracy against PETA. Okay, there is a corporate I don't like the word conspiracy. There is a corporate deliberate attempt to slander PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. And PETA are innocent. They're kind. They're great. They're fantastic. They're helping, they're educating. And that's why they are such a threat to those who are corrupt, to those who want to exploit. I hope this makes sense. This is a mathematical logic. And if people really listened to it and not looked at it through the lens of their socially correct, in quotation marks, laws, then they can actually hear what I say without being caught by the PETA t-shirt or by the flower or by my thick eyebrows or my incorrect haircut or my pimple or my leopard pants or my incorrect nail polish, incorrectly short and fingernails, or whatever it is, incorrect lips, incorrect teeth. My brother has bullied me for things that I can't do anything about. I mean, I could he bullied me for having small teeth, for example. There's nothing I can do about it. That's how I was born. Should I be ashamed about this now, for having small teeth? So yeah, my teeth are small. There's an animation character out there that I would like to look like, and she has really large white teeth. And I find that very pretty, and a real big mouth. But I don't have that. So should I be crying all day and be miserable just because I don't have that? Can't I make the best out of my life not having it? So those are questions to ask. I make the best out of it. I make the best out of the situation that I have and embrace myself for what I am. This is how my body grew, with all of this. Well, getting older, or bags. Yeah, this is how I am. This is where I am at, okay? Yes, my hair gets gray, and yes, all of these, and my teeth are small, and I have skinny ankles, or lots of things that I get bullied for, and should I let that now make me miserable? Should I let that shut me up? Should I let that bully me into the ground where I can't do my activism anymore? Where I can't breathe anymore, do Anapana meditation, where I can't give, where I can't love, where I can't rejoice, where I can't nourish myself, where I can't love myself? Those are good questions to ask. No is the answer. I love myself with my small teeth. I love myself with every cell of my body. I love my dog more than myself. Okay, infinitely more. Okay, my dog's infinitely more precious than I, and I give my life for my dog. What I'm trying to say right now is, you have to love yourself just the way you are, and you really need to love yourself. And you can also laugh about yourself in a nice way, not in a cold way. Yes, I snicker about myself when I see videos of me doing certain act outs, or OCD, or my fat is jittering. I find that very, very funny. I find that much more funny than any comedian in the world. I can laugh about this for hours, actually, even while I'm washing dishes. So that says something. So that says that I really learned how to live. I really learned how to heal myself from the inside out. And there aren't very many people who are in this world who have understood that, you have to love yourself, you have to laugh about yourself, and you have to be in this now, in this joy, in this movement. I see most people actually hating themselves, and they're constantly comparing themselves to other people, and they're constantly trying to measure up to someone. They're constantly trying to fit in exactly like a puzzle piece into this particular society that they have adopted, that they have decided they belong to. So, but your body doesn't belong to any society. Your body doesn't belong to a religion. You forget these things as you go along. I'm trying to, as best as I can, to make this more understood, to convey this message to the public, this message of what existence should be like, what existence should look like, actually. You should be totally independent. That doesn't mean you have to put tattoo your face or some weird stuff. No, what it means is, by being independent means that you need to not adhere to a group anymore that tells you how to live. The tattoo groups, they tell people that they need to tattoo themselves. That's another religion. That's another society. Okay? And that's a dangerous one. What I'm trying to convey here is, be independent in a loving way to yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself wholeheartedly. It doesn't matter how you look. Make the best out of it. Whatever you have, that is really the secret to existence. And if you're really beautiful in the public's eye, and if you are a Marilyn Monroe, then embrace that and love yourself for that. And don't measure yourself with other people. Don't eyeball other women that they might exceed your level or whatever. Welcome them, Be happy for them. Be happy for what they have. If they have something bigger than you or better than you, then be happy for them for that. Don't make an issue out of it. It has nothing to do with you or your value. You are still the same, have still the same value as before you saw that other person. I studied this in depth. Trust me. I have gone through all of this. I've gone through all these hells. Okay, that's why I know what all of this is like. I know what it's like. I know what it's like not to have been loved as a child, and later on constantly comparing, later on constantly thinking, oh, now he is better or she's better, and now they're getting more love, and I'm annihilated just because that lady looks better or has this better or this better. This is what's going on in people's brains. It's the truth. No one talks about it because that's quite embarrassing to talk about this. But that's what's going on. If we had a center with primal soundproof rooms, I could help you with this. I could help you through this. I could help you help yourself, because I know I could give you, I can show you, not in a sense of dictating, or not in a sense of I show you how to do it and then everything's fixed. No, I can show you what I've been through. Show you what I know, and you use it as you create that as, make a tool out of this knowledge, right? It's hard to explain. So, like, just listen, okay? So, this person has gone through this, this person knows what they're talking about, in the sense of they have been through this, they have seen the pitfalls of it, and I'm not gonna, why should I reinvent the wheel? I listen to that person, not fall into that pitfall. So in that sense, be some kind of instructor or guide, more like a railing, so that you don't fall into the pitfall. And then you do that process by yourself, because every person has to go through this process by herself or himself. Right? That's what's so important. And I'm just trying to explain these things as good as I can, So, because this adhering to the society is a constant measurement. It's being in a constant state of measurement, and measurement reality, which is not truth. Truth is when you really listen and hear and see and feel and perceive. And you can only do this when you are not bogged down by that adhering to your society, religion, group, social norm whatsoever. Whatever society that is that you want to belong to. So that is the first thing to let go of. It might be a little scary, like a fish out of water or something, but that's just how it initially feels. Let go of the adhering to that group, and pay attention to yourself when you talk to people. Pay attention not to fall into another group right away. You let go of this group, but then you fall hook, line, and sinker backwards into another group without even knowing it. Because that's what the ego does. That's what the self-defense mechanism does. Because it's too scary. You feel like you can't walk without crutches. But you can walk on your own legs, on your own mental legs. You can do it, okay? You guys take care.